Hi everybody, it's me, Heza-chan, and today I want to talk to you guys about the crazy thing that happened in the 90s, the Beanie Baby phenomenon. The other day I went out thrifting with my friend Gia, and well, we love going to thrift stores together and flea markets and that sort of stuff, looking at all the cool and really tacky things they have for sale. Something caught my eye in the toy section of my local Goodwill, and it was this little guy. Like, I had wanted this guy since I was in middle school, and at the time he was very hard to find because they didn't sell him in retail stores anymore, and the only way you could get him was through the secondary market. And believe it or not, this guy's price originally was $5, but then on the secondary market after he was retired, he cost upwards to like $300 for this guy right here. Look how simple he is. Like, for this guy right here, $300 freaking dollars. Adults back then would swear that you could, you know, put your kid through college, right? Just by having these guys and reselling them. We're going to talk about the madness that was Beanie Babies today. When I was in middle school, these Beanie Babies were extremely popular, but before then, I mean, before they started getting the ball rolling and how popular they were, I saw them at this local store. It was a gift shop and card shop that was like Hallmark. It was called Gee Thanks. They had these little guys like on display in front of their shop on this table. These were like the really old ones, like the ones that first came out. They were like, they had like tie-dye dinosaurs, they had a mouse, they had a bat, a camel, all this stuff, and I really liked the mouse. I asked my mom if I could have it. Like, I was like, oh, that's really cute. Mom, can I have this? It was only $5, and usually my mom said okay if it was like something like that. But she's like, no, not today, we got things to do, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, okay. And then in the following weeks to come, maybe even like a month or two, I started seeing more and more people at my middle school having these like on top of their books, like, carrying them around from classroom to classroom, and they would have them sitting on top of their desk next to their book. It literally looked like a bingo hall. I don't know if you've ever went to a bingo where like old ladies are like in a church basement and they're chain smoking. The old ladies just have their bingo cards lined up in front of them, and then in front of the bingo cards they usually have like treasure trolls and stuff like that for good luck. This is like what the classrooms look like. Books, Beanie Babies. When I told my mom, you know, how popular they were, I said everybody at school has one, and like I would really like one, because at the time I wanted to fit in, but I also really liked Beanie Babies, so it wasn't like I wanted one just so I could fit in. The one I got, since I like black and white animals, was this skunk here. His name's Stinky, and man, did I get made fun of for wanting the skunk, because, you know, I was the weird kid who liked to draw and dressed funny and stuff like that, so they would be like, oh, of course you want the skunk because you smell like a skunk, you're smelly. You know how that is, you know, stereotypical weird kid, they must smell weird, which I didn't. Just making that clear, I didn't smell funny. I told my mom I got made fun of for that, and so she went out and got me this fox because I like foxes too, and he's really cute. His name's Sly. He was pretty popular. As we noticed, these things were flying off the shelf, and they were even reporting them on the news, like about, oh, Beanie Baby sales and Beanie Baby craze, and literally it was a frenzy. It was like the craziest thing that happened back then. I liked them because I thought they were cute, but then my mom started liking them because of their potential resale value. Some of these guys were reselling for the thousands, and it was really like a family event. We would go out on weekends to this giant flea market in the Cincinnati area called, oh god, what was it called? Oh my god, like I can't remember. Oh yeah, okay, it was called Trader's World. And Trader's World is like this gigantic secondary market where people can rent like a booth and sell anything they want. I mean, like, you had tacky ass shirts that like said, well, the internet wasn't big back then, but it would say things like, oh, the internet was down so I decided to go out today, or I put ketchup on my ketchup. Stupid stuff like that, which basically you see kinds of memes of like on Facebook nowadays. It was like the memes of back then in the 90s, because the internet wasn't like it is now. We used to go there and go hunting for Beanie Babies because we would collect all of them. I wasn't Beanie Baby crazy, it was like my mom and even my dad got into it, but I was like, hey, I'm getting more toys, so this is awesome, right? I specifically remember this woman, and they were all like in these glass cases that were locked with a key. This woman had the camel, and I forget his name. Maybe it was Hump the Camel. I mean, that's kind of a funny ass name. It was the camel, and it was like first generation, where the tag looked different. I don't have any that look different than this right here, but the tag looked different. She wanted like $2,000 for it, and I remember poking my mom and pointing it up to her and showing her the price, and her even thinking that's crazy, right? But people were literally buying them for that price. Let me tell you how crazy it was. So normally when you give these toys, or toys to young children, because these are meant for like young children, you usually take off the tag, and sometimes people even cut off these tags. If you cut those off, it dramatically dropped the value of the Beanie Baby on the second-hand market. They even made tag protectors for these things. This is one of the different types. See? Kind of like those things that when you collect cards, you slide the cards into to keep them stiff and not get bent. See? And here was another type of tag protector, right? It's like hard, thicker plastic, and it's like encased the tag in it so that it doesn't get bent, right? Kind of crazy. Companies would make tons of money just selling these things, tag protectors for Beanie Babies. It was absolutely insane. So fast forwarding, they were still popular for several years later. I forget when it kind of died out. I mean, like, it is kind of fuzzy. It did happen in middle school, but I do definitely remember how crazy adults were over these things. It wasn't kids, it was the adults that were absolutely batty over these things. Welcome to America. McDonald's had a partnership with Ty to create these teeny Beanie Babies, which they would sell, you know, with their Happy Meal. Adults were buying these. Even adults that didn't have children would line up. I mean, there was lines going outside of the McDonald's wrapping around it, so where it was almost impossible for people to even use the drive-thru to get these teeny Beanie Babies. I don't have any on me right now. I have bins and bins full at home in Ohio in my old bedroom. It's absolutely insane. My mother, not wanting to waste food and all that stuff, made me eat all these chicken nuggets from every single Happy Meal that she bought to get these teeny Beanie Babies. I was sick of them, and it took me about 15 years after to try nuggets, chicken McNuggets again from McDonald's, and I was like, holy shit, you know, they taste different. They changed the recipe. What, there's no dark meat nuggets anymore? Because back then, there were dark meat nuggets, and I don't know when the hell they changed it, because I swore off of like McDonald's chicken nuggets for years because I was so sick of eating them. Oh my god, there were fights that broke out at McDonald's over these things. It was all over the news. It was absolutely insane. Like, I have not seen anything like this popular, like toy-wise, besides like on the holidays. This wasn't just like Christmas stuff. This was year-round that this crap was happening. It just blows your mind. After that teeny Beanie Baby obsession, they did this for several years. They had like maybe 3 teeny Beanie Baby promotions before it stopped being so popular. So in the 90s, some of you may know that Princess Diana had died, and Ty made a very special Beanie Baby in her memory, and I think all the sales went to like some sort of charity. People went absolutely bonkers for this bear. Let me explain. People, let me grab one of these. People loved these so much that they actually gave a damn about the type of plastic that the pellets inside are made out of. Like, here, you can hear it. So these are like filled with beans, and like they're lightly stuffed in the head with like polyfill. They were made out of, they had PVC pellets in here. Let's see if it'll focus. So yeah, see right there it says PVC pellets. And when the Princess Diana bear came out, they only made a few with PVC pellets inside. Those Princess Diana bears, they were like literally drawings, prize drawings for them at my local mall. And because people wanted these because they could resell them very, very high on the secondary market because of the damn pellets inside. The rest of the dye Beanie Babies that they made were made out of PE pellets. Like, it freaking mattered. It did not matter at all. They were both plastic, but for some reason, these adults, I mean, I'm an adult now, and I still think it's absolutely insane that people cared about the type of plastic they were stuffed with, and somehow that made them more valuable. Like, it's like, these things should have been stuffed with gold. Like, holy crap, like, I can't even explain how crazy that was. There were, like I said, there were literal fights that broke out at the mall because of it too. Let's say the person was claiming their prize and somebody would want to try to steal it from them so they could sell it on the secondary market for thousands of dollars. And it's really funny because some people nowadays are still misinformed about that bear. I saw one on Etsy, which you're not supposed to be selling this kind of stuff on Etsy because Etsy's for handmade things, but somebody was selling the Princess Diana bear on Etsy for $10,000. Good luck selling that bear for that amount of money. You are not going to. They didn't even specify if it was the PVC pellets version or the PE pellets version. But anyway, it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter in the long run. There was also an official Beanie Baby club, and you would get a little, like, it looked like a credit card basically. It was gold, and you get your name on it, and it had your member number on it, and you would get a special edition, one of a kind, Clubby the Bear Beanie Baby, because for some reason these bear Beanie Babies, like, people lost their shit over. And then it gave you like a plastic case to put it in, like, for a display. And I remember having a giant poster, all the Beanie Babies that had came out at that point, and you could check off the ones you had. They had magazines, they had books, like, about Beanie Babies. But the cool thing about these toys were that they appealed to boys and girls. Ty really made a killing because they didn't have to market to a specific gender. And I forget when it started dying out. The later on that they were getting released, the more detailed the designs of the Beanie Babies themselves became. I mean, they basically had one, like, typical design, and they would change the way the head is and the tail, right? And they were pretty much solid colors and really cute. And once they started getting more detailed, I guess that's when they started losing their popularity, and all these people that spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on these things realized how much money they just lost because they're never going to be able to sell them again. Many people now still have bins and bins full of them, and you can buy them on eBay for like a few dollars. Ty specifically, the company that made these, Ty specifically wanted them to be affordable to kids, so they only made them about $5. And so this is what $5 will get you back in 1995, and this is what $5 gets you now in 2016. So look at the size difference. Like, yeah. So this is what would get you $5 back then. This is what you get you $5 right now. That's the Beanie Baby story from what I can tell. I mean, do you guys still have Beanie Babies? Like, nowadays, 90s fashion and that kind of stuff is coming back in style. So I was like, when the hell are these going to be popular with vintage collectors, and then their price starts to rocket up again? I'm waiting for the day. Thank you for watching this video. If the story was interesting to you, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you still have your collection. I hope to talk to you guys later. Bye!